Hey folks, I don't have a lot of time to create and edit a video, so I thought I'd do a really quick review of the Graphtec Ghost system. I have here my PRS-SE Tremonti guitar, and I ordered the Ghost Resomax wraparound, Ghost Loaded Resomax wraparound bridge, which is, they claim, a drop-in replacement for the PRS style wraparound bridge, and this came with a PRS style wraparound bridge. The problem I had was the bridge itself didn't fit onto the bridge studs that came with the PRS, so I had to take those studs out and replace it with the studs that came with the Graphtec system. However, these studs were too tall, so I had to actually, I didn't want to bore deeper into the guitar, so I actually used a grinder to grind down the bottom of the studs a little bit, and they were too, if memory serves, they were either too narrow or they were too wide to fit into the previous stud holes. So I actually had to modify the stud holes as well. So it did require some modification to get the bridge on there, and but once it was on there, it wasn't a problem. And the bridge itself has the string saver saddles, which are loaded with the Graphtec system, and each saddle comes with a little wire that comes off. And what I did was I just cut 6 grooves for the wire in the pickup mounting ring, so that each of the wires coming from each of the saddles can slide in. So it's fairly unnoticeable unless you look pretty close, and that hides the Graphtec system. With the Graphtec, there's a few additions. Normally, this guitar has 2 pickups, and there's the 3-way switch here. And it has 2 volumes and 2 tone knobs, one set for each pickup. I switched it over so that there's a master volume and a master tone. And this here is what's called the quick switch that comes with the Acoustiphonic preamp for the Graphtec system. So you can switch between mags, both mags and piezo pickups, and then switch the top for just piezo pickups. And that'll give you a variety of tones, as well as this is the volume control for the piezo system, and it has a switch that changes the EQ a little bit. The jack that comes with it is a stereo jack, so that you can split the signal coming out, so you can send your mags to your amp and the piezo signal to a PA or some other full range system. Or you can just stick a mono cable in it, which is what I do, and I play through a modeler, so I have separate paths for acoustic and everything. But that's the basics. As you can see from the instruction book here, the Acoustiphonic preamp, this is what it looks like, and that's actually about accurate to size. Here's my thumb next to it. It is all modular, so it comes with, if you buy the kit, it comes with the battery adapter, the jack, the volume control for the the piezo pickups with the switch, and it comes with all the things you need really to hook it up. And then you just really, the only wiring you do is the basic wiring that you would do on a jack, as well as the wiring to connect your magnetic pickups and things like that. Now this looks nice and simple, and it is simple, but if you look at how it actually turns out, it takes up a lot of space. So there's here it is here, the Acoustiphonic preamp. This is a little gain pot built onto the preamp, so that your volume control, you can match it a little better to the volume of the magnetics as they come out. This is kind of a tiny guitar cavity. I mean, that's my thumb next to it, so I really tried to cram a lot of stuff in here, and it all fits, which is nice. But it is a little bit tight. Obviously, the battery is attached to this little, comes with a little sticky thing, and it's attached to the edge here. But yeah, you can see it really crammed in there, because the length of the wire that they give you for the parts that attach to the Acoustiphonic preamp, because it is modular, you don't really want to cut things and shorten them. I mean, unless you're pretty comfortable soldering. I just installed this quickly. I normally would be comfortable with that, but I didn't really feel like taking the time to do that. Anyway, it all fits, and it sounds great. Okay guys, I'll give you a little demo. First off, I'll play the magnetic pickups, and I'll play the same riff on the acoustic Graphtec system, and I'll also do the same riff with the EQ change with the switch here. And then the switch. So you can hear there's a clear difference, at least, between the magnetic pickups. Now, it doesn't sound, they say it sounds like a mic'd up acoustic. To my ears, it doesn't really sound like that. If anything, it sounds basically the same to me as if I've played electric acoustic guitars plugged direct into the board before through a DI box, and it sounds essentially like that to me, which to me is good enough, because that tells me that I can run it through a system like some kind of an acoustic DI box or an acoustic guitar amp, and it'll sound like an acoustic guitar, which is what I'm looking for. So I'll play a few passages again just to give you a different feel with some finger picking and stuff like that with the acoustic system on. And with the switch on. Been lost to finger picks. So that gives you an idea. What I'm going to do next is, this is just all raw direct signal with no kind of EQ, no compression, no reverb, nothing. So this is exactly what it would sound like if you plug direct through a DI box into your system. What I'm going to do next is play almost like a little song, kind of, to give you an idea of what it could sound like with some good compression, some reverb, and some EQ to try and shape it to make it sound like a mic'd up acoustic as opposed to just a direct signal. So let's give that a go. So there you have it, my brief review of the Graphtec Ghost system with a small demo as well. Keep in mind, all the audio that you heard coming from the guitar was recorded direct. There's no camera mic audio in it at all. And that last little song was produced in such a way to try and make it sound like the guitars were mic'd acoustics as opposed to an electric guitar. Sometimes it might help to listen to it with your eyes closed actually and not seeing the video, because sometimes just seeing an electric guitar throws off your perspective, and in a blind test it's not quite as obvious as you may think. So give that a try. And if you ever have any questions or anything, feel free to comment below or send me a personal message. Anyone who's ever commented on my videos before, or if you look at my comment history, you'll know that I respond to every question to the best of my ability, and I hope to continue doing that. So peace, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and rock on.